The neck has to be one of the most neglected muscle groups in general training. We are here to change that in this video though, to get you training your neck at the right level for you as regularly as you might do rows or a chest press. We're going to explain why you want to be training your neck and then go through 9 exercises at different levels to help you work on gradually building that strength and condition up. The big problem is that these important neck muscles are getting ignored, and not just by people who do no real exercise, but also people that train regularly in the gym. Look at a normal gym training program and any exercises for the neck are nowhere to be seen. And whether this is coincidence or not, but neck pain is also a major problem in society. We see so much of it and treat so many people with it working as physios that things have really got to change. And it's not just pain in the neck area that people feel, also pain in the upper back area. A lot contribute that to the rhomboids, but rhomboids get loads of attention in training in most programs. The muscles responsible for neck extension, however, don't, and are also in this area just a bit deeper. So what happens a lot of the time is people will have really strong, more superficial muscles and weaker, deeper muscles responsible for the neck. And this is what we are focusing on in this video, those neck extensors in that very area and how to progress the training for them. A lot of the time, people will work on shrugs, which will get the upper traps, which is great, still keep them in. And if you're doing ab work, you'll likely be getting flexion work in, but you want to be adding to this with the neck extensor exercises that we are going to be going through. You'll also be wanting to do other directions, such as side flexion and rotation work, and we'll go through this in another video. So make sure to subscribe ready for that. When first working on direct training for the neck though, like any muscle, it's important to build up gradually. If you go too hard too fast, just like if trying to lift too heavy initially with any area of the body, you're increasing injury risk. We have broken down the exercises into levels. I'd recommend starting low, checking how you get on with it, and then gradually building up over time for the body to respond and adapt. Let's get into the exercises. Level 1 is neck retractions. This involves just standing or sitting up straight and then tucking the chin in so your head is moving backwards. Important points to get the most out of this is to make sure you're not flexing the head down or extending it up too much, but as though the head is going forwards and backwards. Level 2 is 4-point kneeling retractions. This is the exact same movement as level 1, but this time on all fours, so resisting gravity to increase the difficulty. Hold for a second at the top position and then lower and repeat. The same guidance with this in terms of not going into flexion or extension too much. Level 3 is a prisoner press. The same movement again, but this time interlace your hands behind your head and you're pushing your head back into your hands in order to add resistance. Press for a few seconds and then relax off and repeat. You can adjust how hard you press to suit your level. Level 4 is a banded retraction in kneeling. So this is the same as level 2, but this time using a band to add the resistance. You can progress or regress this depending on how strong a band you use and where you're holding it. Start off with a single band and build that up rather than going double initially. The next few levels will all involve using a bench. So level 5, you'll set up on a bench on a high incline, pressing your head back against it, so you are then lifting your chest off. Hold for a second and then lower back down and repeat. You'll progress this by going to level 6, which is the exact same movement, you're just lowering the incline of the bench. The lower the bench goes, the harder it gets. To progress from this, you'll go to level 7, where you'll go back up to a higher incline, but instead of just lifting your chest off, you'll be lifting your whole body off. Ensure you're doing this slow and controlled. Again, progress this with level 8, where you'll lower the incline again and be lifting the whole body off. With any of these exercises, once you finish the exercise and sat up, your head is going to feel really light and a bit weird. Don't be tempted to be moving your neck around all over the place. Otherwise, you can end up getting spasms and neck pain as the body tries to protect and keep it in place. Just give it a second, keep it still, and then you'll be all good. The ultimate level is level 9, a neck bridge. For this, you'll have your head on the edge of a flat bench, and then with your knees bent, lift your body up so you're in a straight line. You have 2 options for this. You can start as just an isometric hold, so holding the position there, or you can do it for reps, lowering it and coming back up, just like you would a hip thrust. If you're really elite and the neck bridge is becoming easy, then you can add weight like you would for a hip thrust, and you can build it up endlessly. So pick one of these exercises to work on and then work on building up gradually through the levels. In terms of how much to do the same amount you are for the rest of the exercise in your program. I'd go around 8 to 12 range, but leaving a good few reps in reserve to work out the right level for you. And then when getting to level 9 and you're used to that, then start lowering those reps in reserve. If you want to see this programmed into a gym routine along with a load of other muscles that get neglected, but still hitting all the main areas with all the normal exercises you generally see, then we have done just that in our gym programs. The link is in the description. Let us know in the comments any other neck extensor training exercises you might have tried and what level you put that as. Then you can watch this video here, which goes through the same leveling system but for the lower back, another important set of muscles which generally get missed.